But how do Ahriman and Lucifer use time, or how do they try to take this gift from us? Actually, Ahriman doesn't speed up, he tries to freeze time. He wants to convince us that the only dimension uh, is the dimension uh, of matter. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's what we said before. So he wants to connect us to the dimension of matter. He wants to make time mechanical and to freeze it, to stop our development, to convince us that what we have now is enough. Yes, it takes a moment that we feel good. For instance, when we have a nice home and a nice family and a nice job, and then he says to the human being, now you should say enough to time. Let's freeze time. Let's make the moment, the thing that has to change all the time, let's freeze it and make it as something permanent, something that will never change. And this is what he told, if you know Faust, yes? In Faust, this is what the devil tries to convince him, to say enough to the moment, to state stop to the moment. And then comes something that destroys everything that we thought that can stay forever. And it makes us have to change everything, because everything that we thought that can stay stable, everything that we thought that we can hold on to in the material world, and material, I want to remind, it's not only the physical things. Material is also our dead thoughts. Material is also our dead concepts of how we thought the world works and how we thought everything should be, and how we imagined that something will be forever. Yes. So this is the way that Ahriman wants to take from us this gift of time. He wants to take the life out of it and make it mechanical and make it frozen. Enemy of Ahriman is death. Ahriman himself is actually creating death. I mean, he's making everything dead because he's making everything dry, and he's disconnecting everything from its source. In the spirit, death isn't crossing the threshold, isn't the death of the physical body. The real death is when some being disconnects from its source, from its spiritual source. But Ahriman wants to convince us that our enemy is the physical death. Yeah. He wants to convince us that we should stay in endless life on earth. He wants to connect the human being to eternity on earth. And this will be the death of spirit. Because death, our physical death is what gives us the opportunity to continue to develop. Our growing old, our changes from each 7-year cycle to the next one, our change from being a baby to a young child to a teenager to a grown-up and to an old person is our ability to develop consciousness. And Ahriman would like to freeze that in all kinds of ways. For instance, when people, sometimes very talented people, that take all their effort and all their time to build their physical house or to build their physical appearance. So much energy is taken today for this. So much energy for something that won't last forever. One of Ahriman's big plans of this force is to make the human being a human machine, to make a combination between the human being and the machine. Yes, this is the big plan of Ahriman, and we can see it today. This movie, like I said, it was taken already a few years ago. Now we can see it, of course, with the artificial intelligence that is being used all over. And it becomes more and more harder to differentiate who is the human being and who is the machine, right? It is terrifying. And yeah, one moment, and we have to ask ourselves if we will be given the choice between eternal spiritual life and eternal physical life, which will we choose? If someone will come to you, and it will happen soon, it's already here. Steiner talked about it, that the human beings will divide into two, into those who will choose eternal physical life and those who will choose eternal spiritual life. Which one will you choose? Yeah, we have eternal spiritual life, but usually we aren't aware of it. Yeah. When we die and reincarnate, we have eternal spiritual life. This is our I. Yeah. But because we don't believe in it, because we are so identified with our physical dimension and with our character and personality, we are so frightened of death. And we want to hold on to what is supposed to become to decay, what is supposed to die.
Yeah.
Okay, I will go on, and meanwhile, when I am speaking, I want you to think, what is your tendency? Yeah, can you recognize these places in you? We will soon talk about examples from yourself.